The town has received $4 million in a grant to address the intersection of Kelley Boulevard and 106, and then between George Levin Drive out towards Plainville. North Attleboro has been working with Plainville on this concept. They are working on the design, and it is totally separate from this project proposal.
So this is where we are today with the current site plan application, which is in the planning board app. This concept takes those 3 L-shaped buildings and pulls those apart into 6 individual smaller candy bar buildings. Still four stories, elevated product. These are just some updated renderings with the new site plan concept. So this is looking at the back. This is a smaller building that will sit central to those 6 residential buildings. This will be your management amenity building. We pulled the red triangles that you see in the top, the north part of the page. We pulled some parking back there. That is the 100-foot buffer zone because of the wetlands that are on the other side of the site, but you can put parking within that buffer zone. So we pulled some parking back there. What that did was it alleviated some of the spaces within the center of the site that we could give back for additional green space. Probably the most impactful, you'll see the long red triangle that's to the left of the clubhouse and amenity space. All of that parking can now go away, and that can become an extension of the green space. Coming down towards the bottom of the page where the mail house is, we kept the road the way that it was structured. We're trying to be mindful to not impact the current stormwater management that's sitting along George Levin. But we pulled the mail house further up, and we're utilizing the parking that was there for the mail house. We added just kind of like a truck access for package delivery. Just important when we think about the site circulation, right? So we're connecting out to sidewalks that will be added, bike lanes that will be added. Again, this was early on conceptual design. The town's now working that through with Plainville. So, they'll make edits and changes as they go, but just thinking about how the two interact over time.
What % of your project is considered affordable? I know I read it, but can you repeat it, please?
Yeah, so that's another important point, which and probably what Caitlin was going to mention. The statute requires 20% affordable. We've committed in this application is for 25% to be affordable, the same as with a 40B. Even though with 40B, we'd be overriding local zoning, whereas with this project, we're coming in pursuant to the zoning that the town's adopted, but we've committed to that 25%.
I've lived in town over 45 years, right off of Kelley Boulevard, right near George Levin Drive, and I am very concerned about the traffic. Currently, for me to get off of my street, which is directly off of Kelley Boulevard, near the fire station, in a morning rush hour, which runs on Kelley from 7 to 8:30, not including school buses, it sometimes takes me 5 minutes to make a left or a right-hand turn. I really would like to know where the traffic study is. I have seen nothing in the Sun Chronicle about the traffic study.
They have submitted a traffic report. We do not review them. None of us is a traffic engineer. We've got a lot of experience, but no traffic engineers here. So we always send those out to be peer-reviewed by another engineering firm.
Is the storm drains and the flooding, and we've had a lot of problems with a lot of runoff, a lot of backyards flooding in on all the streets. We're right 1 block away from this.
So we just spoke about where this is. So obviously now it's the driving range. So there is some impervious spaces there for the parking. Most of it is range, so it's obviously impervious. So a lot of the stormwater actually infiltrates into the ground, right? So right now, actually, the way the existing site is set up, there's dry wells there. So actually no runoff really leaves the site as it presently is set, designed today. Our proposed condition is the same. There's not going to be more runoff coming off this site with this full development than there's actually now.
We did an original traffic study when we submitted back in 22, but the application that was submitted for the site plan review, the traffic impact analysis that's included in there, was updated. It was actually redone back in September before the application. So September of this year, it was done. So they went out, correct. They went out and did updated readings, and that's all included in there.
They did counts?
Yeah, that's in there. So that will be part of the peer review.